You know, it's funny when they have Alexa Bliss come out on Monday Night Raw. I, I mean, I'm just saying. You have Alexa Bliss come out, and you have her say that over her dead body, she will let SmackDown overcome Raw and let the B show beat the A show. Because that this has to go through WWE Creative, the scripts and whatnot, and Vince has got to okay it. So if you're trying to convince me that Raw is a superior brand, obviously it's not. SmackDown just proved once again why it's more enjoyable to watch than Raw will ever be in the coming future. It's definitely evident that SmackDown was the superior show out of both Monday Night Raw and SmackDown this week. It wasn't overcrowded with filler. It was straight to the point. And as you can see, Daniel Bryan and Miz, their feud going on, which I'm going to talk about the Miz. Because Miz acted a little different tonight. They did not have anything that I would consider filler. So, yes, I would consider SmackDown the A show, Alexa. Because tonight SmackDown definitely proved it with much effort than Raw put on last night. And definitely SmackDown was worth watching. They had more of a build-up towards Survivor Series than Raw ever did, if they even did, which I'm pretty sure they did, but who cares? Who fucking is paying attention to Raw? Really? They might have, but they didn't put as much effort into it as SmackDown did tonight. With that being said, let me tell you all, Becky Lynch is the star of SmackDown Live, and it is the one person that I am watching this show for the most. Honestly, she continues to show why she has earned her spot as a SmackDown Women's Champion, and I am so glad that she beat Charlotte multiple times, because I've had plenty of heart attacks in fucking thinking that she was going to lose this championship she's going to drop the championship to Charlotte. I'm glad that didn't happen, because the best decision they've made is to have Becky Lynch continue to be the SmackDown Women's Champion. This woman is going to be completely cheered at Survivor Series. There is no way in hell this woman will be booed at Survivor Series against Ronda Rousey. The promo that she cut tonight, if you are not sold on this woman, go check her out. Do yourself a favor. Please do. Because she has once again solidified why is she the best woman right now, currently, on SmackDown, and I would say Raw as well. Because Sasha Banks is the one woman that really needs to be shining on Raw, but she's being suppressed and being fucking cuffed by a non-important, meaningless fucking tag team matches. 6 women tag team matches. Week in and week out. And Becky is just, seriously, I really hope, I seriously wish in the bottom of my heart that Becky wins this match, but I just know WWE is not going to let that happen. They're just not going to let it happen. And it's very unfortunate, because Becky is honestly, after she, quote unquote, turned heel in the words of, and in the eyes of casuals out there, people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, she has been on a unstoppable fucking run as a babyface, because tonight she was no heel at all. She did not come off as a heel. She was straight to the point. She was defending herself. She was saying shit how it is. Done deal. Stone Cold Becky Lynch. Just put it like that. Stone Cold Becky Lynch. You know, I don't give a fuck attitude. She just does what she wants, and she takes care of business. Now, as far as The Miz goes, I've noticed that he was acting a little babyface-ish. Complying with Daniel Bryan, just being civil, not attacking one another as they always do, and I think that Vince McMahon has a lot to do with this. Obviously, with Daniel Bryan not wanting to participate at Crown Jewel because of all the shit that was going on, I think the roles are being reversed. Truly. Tonight, Miz showed that he is turning into a babyface, and Daniel Bryan is slowly turning into a heel. I mean, I know I'm not wrong. I know what I saw, especially at the ending segment, the closing segment of SmackDown, when Daniel Bryan pushed, Shane McMahon, and they got into a little altercation between himself and Miz. I believe the roles are being switched, and I think it has a lot to do with Daniel Bryan not wanting to participate at Crown Jewel, which I don't blame him, because I am in full support of his decision. Of course, Vince McMahon, being as petty as the fuck he is, making Daniel Bryan tap out last week to AJ Styles. And now we are seeing the effects of him not wanting to participate at Crown Jewel. So, I don't know. I think that Miz is going to turn into a babyface very soon. I really think it's happening. So, we'll talk about it a little bit as we go on. SmackDown Live tonight is at Manchester, UK, taped. And we start off with Paige coming out. And she introduces the best in the world, Shane O'Mac. And I can only hope, I can only see CM Punk on his home, just laughing his ass off, Best in the world, Come on now. Shane McMahon, come on. That trophy means shit. That meant nothing, obviously. It's a fucking joke. As Shane comes on to the ring, and Paige goes on and says, congratulations on your win, and da-da-da-da-da. The crowd goes ahead and chants CM Punk, which I think was fucking hilarious. But Shane goes on and says that he's not really deserving of the best in the world title, and that the trophy belongs to the whole entire SmackDown roster, because he didn't want to see SmackDown as the inferior brand. He wanted to step up, and he wanted to make SmackDown look like the best brand of the two. So, that was that. And Shane goes on to announce Daniel Bryan as the SmackDown's team captain for the Survivor Series traditional tag team match, 5-on-5. After Daniel Bryan comes out and says that he will be more than happy to represent SmackDown as the captain of the team, Miz comes out and he's limping, selling the effects of Crown Jewel, the events of Crown Jewel. Comes out and says that Shane is indeed the best in the world, because Shane stepped up for the blue brand and showed how much he cared for SmackDown. And then he says that he would share the trophy with Shane, and that he should be the captain for the SmackDown team for Survivor Series. Miz is saying that he should be the captain for the SmackDown team. Shane says because of Miz's performance at Crown Jewel, he deserves to be captain, but Shane and Paige agreed that Daniel Bryan is also the team captain, so they went ahead and made them co-captains. So right here, I'm seeing a little bit of foreshadowing as to SmackDown being fucked over and Vince having Raw go ahead and, again, making it seem like Raw is the superior brand. I really don't want to fucking hope that that's the case, but I really see that coming, and I don't want to believe it, but knowing Vince, come on now, we all know how Vince is. He's going to make the flagship show, the longest running episodic TV show, make the superior brand, I really hope that that's not the case, but we'll see how this works out, because as we've seen, as the show progressed, Miz and Daniel Bryan were going, back and forth, and it was just a little bit of showing of Miz being a face and Daniel Bryan slowly turning heel. This is evident, especially like I said at the end of at the closing segment of the show. It was very evident the route that WWE is taking with these two. The feud between them continues on, but it is definitely evident that the roles are being switched slowly. Definitely slowly. So after that, we see Miz and Bryan arguing backstage, and as to who should be the main captain of the SmackDown Tag Team for Survivor Series. And Shane comes around and says that they need to work together because they bring the best out of each other. And Shane tells them both that they need to find their teammates tonight. And Shane and Bryan agree that Shane should be the first pick of the SmackDown team because he showed how much he cared for the blue brand, stepping up at Crown Jewel and winning the World Cup tournament. So Miz, like I said, and this is where I say Miz is slowly transitioning into a babyface role. Miz generally lets Daniel Bryan pick the next person. No argument. He just says, you know what? I'm gonna let you pick the next person. You go ahead. You go on. So we have the New Day versus the Usos, and before I get on to this match, let me say I am the biggest fan of both teams. Okay, I love them more than the next person does, but I think it is time to let other teams take the spot in the tag team division for SmackDown. I think that New Day and the Usos, as good as they are, I take nothing away from them. But I honestly believe that it is time. It is time. WWE, listen to me. It's fucking time. They are great. They are awesome. But teams like Sanity, why are they not being shown? Why are they not being displayed? Why are they not giving time for a division that is desperately needing fresh faces? Okay? Because honestly, I am tired. As much of a fan I am, like I said, of the New Day, of the Usos, and of the Bar, it's time to bring up some maybe teams, a couple teams from NXT, and I don't know, you know what I mean? It's just, Sanity is just, it's in a pure obscurity. They're just fucking being put away. And yeah, we saw them tonight, but just to introduce Nikki Cross? Come on now. Seriously. We need new faces for the tag team division. So the New Day and the Usos go on ahead to go ahead and determine who is going to be the captain of... Okay, let me be honest with you guys. I don't know what's going on with this whole, situation between captains of other teams that I think should not even be a thing, because I think that only one team versus the other team from the other brand should be a thing. They're having, I believe, multiple matches, tag team matches between both brands, and I really think that should not be a thing. Like that just comes out as fucking lazy. Like they're not fucking really putting any goddamn effort into putting matches that like other than just multiple tag team matches, other than the traditional 5-on-5. I don't understand. Like they announced that winner is going to be the captain of Team SmackDown, whatever. I'm like, hold on. Isn't Daniel Bryan and The Miz the co-captains? Like, are they not the main, the one sole team of the Blue brand going into Survivor Series? Like, I don't know what's going on. But it was a good match. It was a funny segment where Kofi bounces on top of the rope, on the top rope, and he's just like looking at I think it was Jimmy. He was looking outside, out of the ring. He was just bouncing, and then fucking Woods is just playing the trumpet as he bounces up and down, and then he like flips, and Jimmy, I believe, he just like he backs off, and then Xavier starts playing the trumpet, and you see Kofi wiggling his hips side to side. I think it was fucking hilarious. See, I love that. I'm telling you, man, I love New Day. But I think it's just time for them to give the spotlight, management should give the spotlight to somebody else. Sanity, Sanity. Because they're just being played out, they're being dragged out, and they've been at war plenty of fucking times. This goes on, they've been feuding since last year, and that's pretty much the only two teams that have been displayed on high profile. Like the spotlight's been shining on them for like a year and a half already. And this is why I say, we need to push new teams. Because in both brands, the tag team division is lacking massively. So that happens. And then the match goes on. Jay attempts to splash from the top rope, but Biggie counters. Hits the big ending, but Jimmy breaks up the cover. SOS from Kofi to Jay for a 2 count. Crossbody for a 2 count to Jay from Kofi. Biggie spears to the outside to Jay. And oh my God, man, I swear, I know I'm not the only person that just feels like this, man, every time he fucking spears someone to the outside. He's gonna break his fucking neck, man. Like, Jesus. I mean, I understand he's a big boy and he can take fucking hits, but Jesus. This man takes some ridiculous bumps, may I say. And then Uso power bombs Kofi from the second rope on the corner, and Jimmy hits the splash for the win, for them to be the captains of whatever team they're going to be leading. Because, again, I am severely confused as to why there should be more than one team going head-to-head, brand to brand. Brand versus brand. After the match, Uso said that without the Usos and the New Day, there is no SmackDown tag team division. Yes, you're right. Because if it wasn't for y'all two, we will only have, what? Nothing. Sanity's not being displayed. Sanity's not being used. So yeah, you're damn right. There's no tag team division. You're absolutely right, man. You hit it right on the nail. Perfect. Yes. I completely agree with you. Moving on. Backstage segment. The Miz and Daniel Bryan. D-Bry picks Ray for their 4th member for the team. But Miz says that he has done nothing since coming back. And then Bryan says he's beaten Nakamura, he's beaten Orton, and he's beaten The Miz. And Miz says if Ray impresses him tonight versus Almas, then he can join the team. And then they go on to say that, Miz goes on to say that also for the last member of the team, Miz will pick somebody, and Daniel Bryan will pick somebody. And then they'll have a match tonight on the main event, and whoever wins joins as the final member for the SmackDown team. Then we have Becky Lynch come out to address Ronda from last night, which, like I said, Ronda's promo was, it looked a little forced. You know, I didn't really find it believable enough to like me feel like, yeah, this woman is speaking from her. You know, she sounds like fucking scripted as fuck. You know, she's forced. She still has a long way to go as far as promo goes, I believe. You know, that's something that she needs to work on. I honestly, like I said, I don't have a problem with Ronda Rousey, but definitely Becky Lynch should be the winner in this match. But we all know WWE is not going to let that happen because they need to have fucking Ronda undefeated to WrestleMania so she can face Charlotte for the Raw Women's Championship and be defeated by, you know, Charlotte, so she can add that to her resume. Hopefully that's not the case. But that's potentially what's going to happen. You know, Becky, man, I'm telling you, Becky, like I said, Becky is the sole reason why I love watching SmackDown. You know, she is the one reason I look forward to this show because ever since she had enough of Charlotte and she attacked her and she went on to beat her for the SmackDown Women's Championship, she's been on a roll. She's been on unstoppable. She's being fucking red hot. And every week she goes out, she fucking kills it. You know. And Becky, once again, beats Ronda Rousey as far as promo goes. No question about it. And I want you guys to hear it because I think this was fucking epic. I loved it. I loved every single bit of it. And she doesn't fail to impress, man. Like I'm saying, like I said, you know, I'm glad management is taking a chance on Becky Lynch because she's been nothing but more than fucking over as fuck with the crowd. You know, even last night on Raw, as Ronda was fucking mentioning Becky, the crowd was chanting Becky, and she was not even on the show. So what does that tell you? Anyways, I'm gonna play the promo, so you guys go ahead and listen. This shit was fucking epic.
Ronda Rousey, you told me that you are the last woman on earth that I should provoke. Well, who the hell are you to tell the champ anything? No, Ronda, it is true that you hold a championship, but you are not a champion. Not yet. No, because a champion wills herself to adversity, to defeat, to injury, to doubt. But you haven't even been tested. Yet. I am the man. And I am the man, and that, Ronda, that is why I am the champion and you are not. You see, Ronda, winning comes so easily to you that when you finally meet the man come Survivor Series, your titanium body will be let down by your weak mind. I have been ground down and spat back up again more times than I can count. I have made history. I have been tested daily, weekly, monthly, and yet here I am, the most relentless person that you have ever met. Now last night you went on Raw and you mocked me. You mocked me for the road that I have traveled and the jobs that I have taken to pay my own way to get to where I am today. So no, Ronda, no, I was not handpicked like you, but here I am. I wasn't meant to be the main event, but here I am. I wasn't meant to be the talk of the entire industry, but here I am. The champ, the only champ. But you You say I should be happy because I have your respect. I have your respect. Well, come Survivor Series, Ronda, you're gonna find out that it's not your respect that I'm coming after. It's your arm. And I don't care if you're the baddest on the planet, because I'm gonna make you mine. Myself all fired up. I want to fight. I think I want to.
If that is not clear indication that Becky Lynch is a babyface, then you're on fucking drugs. For all the people out there that proclaim that, oh, Becky Lynch is a heel. Yeah. Explain to me why fucking Manchester was chanting her name yesterday while she was not even present on Monday Night Raw. Okay? And once again tonight, the crowd chanted Becky. So I don't want to hear jack shit from anybody saying that Becky Lynch is a heel. She is not a heel. For the last time, I will say this. She is not a heel. That is a dead and old fucking debate. She is not a heel. Throwing some truth bombs there because she obviously said that she's not a fucking champion. She's definitely not. What division, what adversity does she really have? So, WWE just putting out, truth bombs there. I love it. Becky Lynch is fucking Stone Cold Becky Lynch. She just has had that I don't give a fuck attitude. And it's fucking brilliant. She pulls it off brilliantly. It's perfect for her. Ronda has literally no competition on Monday Night Raw. You know what she's doing on Monday Night Raw? Handcuffing the division. That's all she's doing. What are women competing for on Monday Night Raw? Nothing. You have Nia Jax, out of all people, competing for Ronda's Raw Women's Championship. Big fucking deal. You know who should be in that role? Sasha Banks. But let's not drift away from... Let me not rant. You definitely heard Becky Lynch. How fucking amazing she is. That promo was fucking perfect. That was great. I loved every single bit of it. But after she cut that promo, she said how she's fired up and she's willing to, go into a match, and she wants to have someone come out from the back and face her for a match tonight. As soon as I heard Sanity's theme play, I'm like, okay. It's clearly not Nikki Cross's theme, but Nikki Cross comes out, and I pause myself for a second, and I'm like, oh my God, Lord Jesus Christ, please let this not be that she is being called up to the main roster. For the love of the wrestling gods themselves, please tell me that she's not being called up permanently to the main roster. Listen, I love Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross is fucking amazing. Her character is unique. She has a mystique and she is fucking... she's a talent. She's a woman on the women's division right now that she stands out completely from everybody else. Completely. So, as excited as I was to see her, I am scared because I hope that I don't see this woman permanently on SmackDown. At least not yet. Because you know what happens when women get called up. Not even women. Talent from NXT gets called up to the main roster. So, it was a great match. It was a good match. I enjoyed every bit of it. And this is the reason why we saw Sanity. To introduce Nikki Cross. And I'm sitting here like, what the fuck? So that's all they come out for? It's like, it's seriously mind-boggling. Like, I don't know what the fuck WWE is doing with Sanity, but they really need to fucking do something with this team. This team is fucking awesome. This team was fucking great in NXT. Every fucking thing, man, I'm telling you, I just can't get over it. Everything that comes out of NXT to the main roster is just fucking being held back. But anyways, Sanity comes out and introduces Nikki Cross, and she gets on. She grabs the microphone and Nikki says that she'll play with Becky, and Becky says that she doesn't play, she fights. And Nikki Cross's facial expressions, man, they're priceless. I mean, I love Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross is just fucking amazing. I swear to God, if her fucking character is ruined by Vince or by management, I swear to God in heaven, I wish that this fucking division just fucking, oh my God. Like, I don't know what other words, I don't wish anything bad to the women, but like, fuck, man. Like, I hope management does not fucking destroy this character. That is Nikki Cross when she gets called up eventually permanently to the roster, which I don't know if that's the case, but I hope that's not what happens. So, Nikki gets Becky in between the apron and the ring skirt and forearms to the chest. Crossbody to Becky for a 2 count. Beck exploder to Cross. Becky tosses Nikki, whose arm bounces off the bottom rope, I believe, and locks to disarm her to make Nikki Cross tap out. And it's hilarious, I'm telling you. Nikki Cross is fucking amazing. After the match, the camera cuts to her, and she's holding her arm, but as she's holding her arm, she has a psychotic look, and she's just smiling like she just enjoys the pain. Like, that shit is fucking, I'm telling you, I would not be surprised if Hollywood just calls this woman for a fucking psycho role on a horror movie. Nikki Cross is gold as a psychotic fucking woman. She's perfect for a fucking horror movie role as a psycho. So, with that said, we go on to The Miz and Bryan backstage again. Daniel Bryan picks Jeff, and Miz picks Samoa Joe. And Joe comes out of nowhere. He just says to Daniel Bryan that may the best man win. And they'll be going head to head on the main roster, not the main roster. I'm sorry, the main event, Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy, to decide who will be the final member of SmackDown's team for Survivor Series. Then we have Rey versus Almas. I did not expect a bad match out of these two. Of course, you have Rey, a veteran. Almas, a fucking 5-star fucking match machine. What else could you expect out of Almas? He's just fucking great. He's amazing. He's awesome what he does, and so is Rey. So they had a fucking great match, a fast-paced match, Lucha Libre. Something that we don't see often. The reason why I believe Zelina Vega did not come out was because I think I read earlier, Nia Jax threw her over the top rope or something like that, and she landed on her elbow. Something happened to her, and she was not okayed to come out because she's being treated, of course. And Almas came out. One thing real quick about Almas. I hope this man is just being built up and being displayed out on TV, giving TV time and show to the world how great this man is, because I'm honestly kind of a little tired of seeing Almas being putting over other talent, which is fine. I mean, it's not that he's out there being squashed, 2-3 minute matches. He's definitely putting great matches out there, but I just want to see this man, and honestly, I want to see him dethrone Shinsuke Nakamura for the fucking United States Championship. Shinsuke is not doing shit with the championship. Like I said yesterday, the mid-card championships are not being fucking used. They're just being fucking put in the fucking, being put on the shelves. They're not being, I don't feel like there's a mid-card on either show. There's really nothing going on as far as a feud for either the U.S. Championship or the IC Championship, And in this case, both brands right now the mid-card championships are not being held, and Shinsuke is definitely one that's definitely not being fucking handled well, because as we all fucking saw, he lost to fucking Jinder Mahal plenty of fucking times, and more, in more than one occasion. They destroyed fucking Shinsuke Nakamura. He was never the same after that. And now he's just being fucking given the United States Championship. And I honestly don't fucking know why. Because he's not being put out there to feud with anything, with anyone, and having a memorable fucking run. He's just holding it hostage. But again, what is going on as far as the mid-card goes in either brand right now? I don't see anything, as far as the mid-card scene goes. So, it was a great match. Like I said, big back elbow by Almas to Ray. Almas catches Ray on his shoulders on the outside and slams Ray on the barricade. Ray tries to go for a sunset flip inside the ring. Almost flips out of the second rope, I believe, and hits the double knees, and then goes all the way to the opposite corner and hits the double knees again for a 2 count. And then this was fucking awesome. I love this. Ray slides under the bottom rope and connects a spinning DDT, which I don't think he got all of it. And brings in Almas inside the ring and hits the 619 for the victory. And Miz is impressed by Ray. And he is the 4th member of SmackDown's team for Survivor Series. And then after the match, Randy attacks Ray with an RKO out of nowhere. And that is a definite feud. Because obviously Ray defeated Randy Orton at the World Cup tournament at Crown Jewel last Friday. So, and you know how Randy is going out there to destroy every single talent out that everyone holds near and dear to them. So, that's definitely a feud that's going to happen. And it's currently happening, I believe. And then we have Miz and Daniel Bryan again backstage, and they talk about D-Bry asked if Miz sent out Randy Orton to RKO Ray. He says no, but I was definitely impressed by Ray, so I'll definitely add him to the team. And again, Miz showing signs that he is transitioning into a babyface. It was evident. I can definitely see that happening by the actions occurred tonight. Then we have AJ Styles backstage, and he talks about how his reign has started last year in Manchester. Remember how he defeated Jinder fucking Mahal. My God, I cannot even fucking think. I really wish, I really wish I had that pen from Men in Black. You know how they fucking they click it and you fucking forget, you get brainwashed. I just want the part where Jinder Mahal, it was once a WWE champion, and I want that shit, just that one part erased. Because I can't, I just can't. I just can't. So he says how he brought every single bit out of his arsenal to try and bring the Beast in Brock Lesnar down. The 450 splash, the Pele kick, and Styles Clash. And it wasn't enough last year. But this year will be different. Because he is phenomenal. He's the phenomenal AJ Styles. And it's not a prediction that he will beat Brock Lesnar. It's a spoiler. So, quick promo there. Cut to the point. And that was that. And then Paige comes out and introduces the SmackDown women's team. And they are Carmella, Naomi, Sonya Deville, Asuka, and Charlotte as the team captain. Now, as that happens, Charlotte is supposed to come out. Her theme song plays. But instead, Mandy comes out. And she says he's not the blonde that everyone expected to come out. But that she feels that she should be captain. Paige says that she's definitely not going to lead the team. So that's not a question that's out of the question. And then she goes on to ask Paige as to why she picked every member of the people that she picked. And it's funny how she said that, Asuka, afterthought. Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree, Mandy, because, WWE management fucked Asuka in more ways than one. You know, so yeah, definitely an afterthought. And what a fucking shame that is. You know what I mean? Fucking shame. Yes. Definitely. And then she goes on to Mandy goes on to Naomi and asks if anyone is still feeling the glow, and if is everyone feeling the glow like Jimmy is. And then Naomi took offense to that. She attacks her, and then I believe Mandy was going to attack Sonya, but she backed off, and then they have a little stare down, and then Sonya's like, what's going on with you? What are you doing? Kind of thing. And then Mandy just walks out. And after that, we have Samoa Joe versus Jeff Hardy for the main event. This didn't last very long. Samoa Joe wins via coquina clutch. Tapped out Jeff Hardy. And that was it. That is the final member of the Blue Brands team for Survivor Series. And this is where I was talking about. Brian is sitting on commentary as well as Miz. They were commentating during this match. And after Samoa Joe wins, he comes out of the ring and he gets on Daniel Bryan's face. And Miz is telling Daniel Bryan that he needs to, just relax, control yourself, because Samoa Joe, as Miz is telling this to Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe is mocking that he's taunting Daniel Bryan, and then Daniel Bryan just doesn't take he can't take it anymore. He stands up, he hits forearms upon forearms, puts him inside the ring, and then he locks in the yes lock. And then Miz goes inside and tries and pulls Daniel Bryan away, and he's trying to ask him, what are you doing? Calm down, da-da-da. And then Shane comes into the equation, and then Daniel pushes Shane, and he knocks him down. And that's where I'm like, whoa. Are we seeing is this a definite indication that The Miz and Daniel Bryan are having a double turn? And the only reason why I can see this happening is because of what happened with, as far as Daniel Bryan saying no to participating at Crown Jewel. Because, as we all know, Vince's doghouse is a thing, and I believe that Daniel Bryan is in it right now. And he is probably going to shut that fucking whole yes movement down. But in all honesty, can you really see the crowd booing Daniel Bryan? If I'm not mistaken, I heard a little bit of boos. But then again, it was taped, so you know how Kevin Dunn can fucking, alter the fucking crowd. He can play with the fucking crowd chants, the cheers and the boos. So, it's something to think about. I think it's something that we need to be looking forward to as far as these two go, Miz and Daniel Bryan. And like I said, throughout the night, Miz showed, he showed, he was being compliant. He was being cool about things, decisions that he and Daniel Bryan were talking about, and they're like, this is weird, this is weird, they're like, they feel, like Daniel Bryan is, as Miz saying, how telling Daniel Bryan, I'm complying and I'm working with you, and it feels weird because it's evident. Like I said, it's happening. It's gonna happen. I mean, you're not gonna fucking tease. Miz is going to a double turn. Miz is transitioning into a baby face, and Daniel Bryan to a heel. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, but I definitely see that happening based on the events tonight on SmackDown. So, we'll see how that happens. We'll see what happens. As the weeks goes on, we got Survivor Series is a week from Sunday. We'll see what happens with that. I'm excited. The one match, like I said, the matches that I'm definitely excited to see are AJ Styles versus Brock Lesnar. I have no doubt that AJ Styles is going to win, because if AJ Styles does not win this time, I don't fucking I would not understand that decision. That's a fucking no right there. AJ Styles was not successful last year in defeating Brock Lesnar. A defeat, a win. AJ Styles beating Brock Lesnar is definitely not gonna hurt Brock Lesnar. AJ Styles needs a desperate big win to make this reign of his memorable, because it's been 50-50. It's been warm. It's not been cold, but it has not also been hot. There's nothing that, besides Samoa Joe, which could have been handled a little bit differently. Besides that, there's not really anything that I could, say, yeah, fuck, this was a great fucking feud that AJ Styles had. And then this one, and then, multiple feuds. He hasn't had that. So a win over Brock Lesnar will be huge, to add to his resume. And like I said, Brock Lesnar losing to AJ Styles would not hurt Brock Lesnar. Definitely not going to fucking hurt him. Shinsuke versus Seth Rollins. I mean, if we were to give me have me choose, I would pick Seth Rollins. No question about it. This whole United States of Knock America bullshit, it's not fucking working. It's not going anywhere. If I were Shinsuke Nakamura and I see my contract being up, coming up to an end, I will fucking, be like, you know what? Thank you for the opportunity of having me in WWE, but I ain't fucking going away back to New Japan. Because the way that this man came into NXT and have that match against Sami Zayn, and to see him where he is now, it is a fucking, it's depressing. Like, I just can't. Like, it's something that should not have happened. His downhill commenced as soon as he started fucking losing multiple fucking times to a nobody like Jinder Mahal. So between them two, between the mid-card champions, I am definitely rooting for Seth Rollins. Should be a great match, though. No doubt about it. And as far as Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey goes, Ronda Rousey should definitely not fucking win this match, but I highly doubt that she'll lose against Becky Lynch. And if Becky Lynch is going to lose this match, I am hoping that Becky Lynch is not going to be thrown out there to look like a fucking weakling, because for one, she's the fucking SmackDown Women's Champion. And I really very much believe that Becky Lynch deserves more than just a fucking 2-3 minute match against Ronda Rousey. Because if you gave Becky fucking Nikki Bella and Alexa Bliss more than 3 minutes, okay, in a match with her, for Becky to step in and have 5 minutes that's the bare minimum and some. At least 15 minutes, 15-20 minutes tops, easy. Because Becky Lynch is a believable threat to Ronda Rousey in my eyes. And if you don't believe that, then you must be fucking out of your mind. Becky Lynch is a face. Ronda Rousey will be walking in as a heel. She will not be cheered. I guarantee you. With that said, that is all for SmackDown's review tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Please, please, please subscribe. Leave a comment down below. All your comments and feedback are much appreciated. I want to interact with you guys. Go on social media. Follow me at the In10sity Podcast on Facebook. Stay True 92. Twitter and Instagram. At the In10sity Podcast. Follow my boy at Kevin Gray on IG at atomickevin. He is the man responsible for the graphics, as you see, and I appreciate him. So thank you so much, brother, for everything. And go follow his work as a tattoo artist on his IG page. And I will see you guys tomorrow for NXT reviews. Have a great night. Thank you for watching. And I will talk to you later.